हेलो साथीहरू, गुड मर्निङ। फेरि पनि गुड मर्निङ छ सबैजनालाई। आज डिसेम्बर 30 भोलिदेखि चाहिँ 2026 है लाग्दैछ, न्यु इयर सुरु हुँदैछ र सँगसँगै परीक्षा पनि नजिक आइपुगेको छ। अब छिट्टै नै परीक्षा भइहाल्छ है। फ्याकल्टी अफ म्यानेजमेन्ट एसिस्टेन्ट प्रोफेसरको सँगसँगै आज साइन्स फ्याकल्टीको पनि परीक्षा रहेको छ। यो सबैलाई मध्यनजर गरेर फेरि म तपाईँहरू सामु उपस्थित भइसकेको छु र आज हामी बाँकी क्वेसन आन्सर सेसनलाई नै जोड्नेछौँ। अस्तिको भिडियोमा हामीले योभन्दा अगाडिको भिडियोमा चाहिँ 6वटा क्वेसन आन्सरलाई हेरेका थियौँ। आज पनि महत्त्वपूर्ण क्वेसन आन्सर को बारेमा छलफल गर्न गइरहेका छौँ। रिसर्च मेथोडोलोजी अलिकता अरू पार्टहरूभन्दा धेरै भेग र अलिकता अन्डरस्ट्यान्डिङ लेभल अलि बढी नै चाहिन्छ। त्यही भएर साथीहरू म ढिला नगरिकन अगाडि बढाउँछु त है। के छ तपाईँहरूको राय यसमा? ठिक छ, अगाडि बढौँ त है। अहिले बिहानको 5 बजेको छ। साथीहरू जोडिकन जारी छ है। के सुरु गरौँ त? ल, ओके, म सेयर गरेँ त है। ओके, क्वेसन आजको पहिलो क्वेसन रहेको छ। वाट इज डिफरेन्स बिट्विन डिस्क्रिप्टिभ स्ट्याटिस्टिक एन्ड इन्फेरेन्सियल स्ट्याटिस्टिक्स? ओके है, दुईवटा स्ट्याटिस्टिक्स छ, एउटा डिस्क्रिप्टिभ, अर्को चाहिँ इन्फेरेन्सियल रहेको छ। यिनी दुईटालाई एक्जाम्पल सहित है, यिनी दुईटाको के लेख्नुहोस्, डिफरेन्स लेख्नुहोस् भनेको छ है। डिफरेन्स बिट्विन टु। ओके, फर्स्ट अफ अल डिस्क्रिप्टिभ statistics mean what? Okay, describe. Okay, descriptive statistics refer to the branch of statistics, okay, that deals with organizing, summarizing and presenting data in meaningful way. Okay, it does not draw the conclusion beyond the given data. Okay, it only give the conclusion under the given data. Okay, not beyond the data. It describe what the data show only. It show that what a data show, and not beyond the data. For example, calculating the average marks obtained by BPS student in accounting in a particular TU college. It is an example of descriptive statistics. Okay, average, mean, median, standard deviation, then hey, correlation, regression. Okay, these kinds of content is right under the descriptive statistics. Another is inferential statistics, meaning inferential statistics involve in analyzing sample data. Okay, sample data to make generalization, okay, prediction and inferences about the population. Okay, is based on probability theory using the marks of sample of BB student to infer performance of all BB student. It is view on the data. Okay. There are significant difference between two statistics, descriptive and inferential. इन्फेरेन्सियल घाँटी दुखेको छ साथीहरू है, त्यही भएर बोल्न गाह्रो भइरहेको छ। अनि पर्पोज, ओके, पर्पोज अफ डिस्क्रिप्टिभ स्ट्याटिस्टिक्स इज टु समराइज एन्ड डिस्क्राइब डेटा, while inferential statistics is to draw the conclusion about population. That means descriptive statistics only summarize the data, describe the given data, but inferential statistics is to draw the conclusion about entire population. Okay. Now scope of descriptive statistics is limited, only focus to the collected data. Okay, while the scope of inferential statistics is extend beyond the sample data. Okay, extend beyond the sample data. That means it beyond the sample. It focus to population. Okay. Nature of descriptive statistics is finding the facts and explanatory. Okay, while the nature of inferential statistics is predictive and decision oriented. Predictive and decision oriented. Population coverage. Descriptive analysis or the descriptive statistics describe the sample or population data, while inferential statistics use the sample to represent the whole population, the entire population. Okay. Statistical tools in descriptive statistics mean, important point A, median, mode, range, standard deviation, table, graphs. Okay, while in inferential statistics tools are used: t-test, z-test, chi-square test, ANOVA, and regression. Okay. Now, use of probability. Descriptive statistics does not use the probability, but for inferential statistics, probability is very essential. Okay, very essential. Without probability, inferential statistics cannot be taken. Okay, decision making. Okay, decision making statistics, descriptive statistics has less or limited role in decision making, while inferential statistics have the great role, strong role, or strong basis for making the decision. Hypothesis testing not involved in descriptive statistics, but in inferential statistics, it is a core component. Complexity, it is simple, okay, and simple and easily understandable, but inferential statistics is complex, more complex than the descriptive statistics. Two example: percentage of pass student in TU, right? TU, one campus of TU, while testing whether teaching method affect the pass rate across the two campuses. That is the inferential statistics. Okay. Some example, illustrative example are given below from descriptive statistics and inferential. Okay. Uh, Example of descriptive statistics is a researcher calculated mean, median, standard deviation of monthly expenses of MBBS student in one college of TU. This only describe the collected data. Okay. While example of inferential statistics is a researcher conduct t-test to determine whether urban or rural TU students differ significantly in academic performance. Okay, this involve inference and hypothesis testing. Okay. Conclusion: descriptive or inferential statistics are complementary in nature. They require each other, they help each other. First of all, to perform the inferential statistics, first of all we require the descriptive statistics. Okay. Descriptive statistics help in understanding and presenting data, while inferential statistics help to generalizing result and making the scientific decision. In context of TU, both are essential for quality research in management, economics, and social sciences. Both are important. Okay. Another important question: what is research proposal? Describe in detail the content that should be included in good research proposal. Is very important question. Okay, this is the most important question. Okay, before the research, okay, we have to submit the plan. This plan is called proposal. Okay, proposal means plan. Okay, research proposal is a formal and systematic plan. Okay, of intended research study. Okay, what research we want to do? First of all, we have to present the plan. Okay, it is a written document that outlines the researcher intend to study, eh, intend to study, and why it is important and how it will be conducted. What is intended to study, why it is important, and how it will be conducted. Combine, including all these three things, uh, a blueprint or plan is submitted before the research. Okay, this is called research proposal. Okay, research proposal. Sorry, research proposal. In context of Tribhuvan University, a research proposal submitted before actual research begins for approval by the department of or supervisor, especially BBS, BBA, MBS, PhD thesis. Okay. Importance of research proposal. First of all, research proposal provides a clear plan and roadmap. Okay, point here. Clear and roadmap for research. It helps supervisor evaluate the feasibility and significance. Okay, guide the data collection, analysis, and reporting, as well as help secure finding or approval from the institution. Okay, as well as it ensure the research is scientific, systematic, focused, and methodologically sound. These are the important of research proposal. Again, clear. It provide a clear and clear plan and roadmap for research. It helps the supervisor for evaluate feasibility and significance. It guides in data collection, analysis and reporting. It helps secure funding and approval from the institution and ensure the research is systematic, focused and methodologically sound. These are the importance of research proposal. Now content, okay? Contents of research proposal. What will be included in research proposal, okay? Well-prepared research proposal typically include the following section, okay? Following section. First section is title, okay? Title of study. Title of study, okay? Title of study, okay? Title should be last year पनि सोधेको थियो है टिम प्रोफेसनमा. Title should be clear, concise and specific. है 201S है CS2 है CS2 double C2. Clear, concise and specific. Reflect the main theme, okay? Reflect the main theme and variable for the research. For example, impact of digital payment system. Digital payment system on consumer behavior in Kathmandu city. Kathmandu city. It is a one very clear, concise and specific, as well as it reflects the main theme and clear variables of the research here. This is title. Title should be like this, okay? Second part, second step or second content is, second element is introduction and background of study. Introduction and background of study, okay? Explain the context, rationale and significance of research. Provide overview of research data, research area, okay? In funneling shape, okay? Funneling, like funnel, okay? Broad to specify. Example, discussing how mobile banking and e-wallets are changing spending pattern in Nepal, okay? That is the background, okay? How mobile banking and e-wallet Ishua Khalti, okay, are changing the spending pattern in Nepal, right? Related to the title, okay? Step 3 is important step. Statement of problem, okay? Statement of problem. Statement of problem. It clearly identifies the research problem or issue, okay? Why it is very worth for studying. Okay? Why explain, okay? For example, despite growing adoption of digital payment, okay? Despite growing adoption of digital payment, there is limited understanding of how Gen Z consumer spending behavior in affected in Nepal. Right? Right? There is limited understanding of how Gen Z consumer, Gen Z means is a popular word now. Gen Z consumer spending behavior is affected in Nepal. That is research problem or statement of problem. Okay. Now, fourth element, objective of study. Okay, objective of the study. Objective should be a general and specific objective. Okay, general and specific objective. Objective should be smart. Objective should be smart, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. Okay. Example, general objective to study the economic impact of digital payment on consumer behavior. It is a general objective. It is not specific. Okay, it is a broad. Okay. Now, specific objective is to examine frequency of digital payment use, to analyze factor influencing adoption, right? To assess change in spending pattern. These are the what specific objective. Okay. Now research uh, questions and hypothesis. Number 5. Okay. Research question. Clear queries. Uh, the studies seek to answer. Hypothesis. Testable statement about the relationship between variable. Okay. Example. Hypothesis. There is a positive relation between frequency of digital payment used and monthly expenditure of Gen Z consumer. Okay. Literature review and review of related studies. Okay. Literature review or review of related studies. Okay. Summarize previous research finding. Identify gap in knowledge. Establish theoretical foundation. For example, review of TU thesis, journal, NIB report on digital payments. After literature review, research design and methodology. Okay. Specify research approach, that is the quantitative, qualitative mix, or descriptive, or explanatory, exploratory. Okay. Detail population, for sample size, sample technique, data collection tools, and analytical tools. Okay. For example, descriptive research design, sample size 200 Gen Z consumer in Kathmandu, tools questionnaire and interview schedules. Okay. Analysis, SPSS, correlation, regression. Okay. Significance and rationale of study. Okay. Explain practical, theoretical, and policy relevancy. Highlight the potential contribution to knowledge or practice. An example, help bank and policymaker improve the digital payment adoption. Provide reference to future TU research. Okay. 9. Time frame and work plan. Okay. Provide the timeline of activity. Ensure the research can be completed within stipulated period. Okay. For example, literature review 1 month, data collection 2 months, analysis and reporting time is 1 month. That is a time frame and work plan. Okay. Now budget. Right? Budget and resource requirement. Estimate financial, material, and human resources needed. Okay. References, bibliography, list of source cited in proposal following the APA. APA shapen. Okay. Not MLA, APA or TU style. Okay. Appendixes is optional, not necessary to written. Include the questionnaire, table, interview guide, constant forms of form or map, that is a appendixes. Okay, to build number. Now conclusion. Okay. Or research proposal act as a blueprint for entire study. It is a blueprint. Without research proposal, study or research study cannot be carried out. Okay. A good proposal clearly define what will be studied and why it is important how it will be conducted. Okay. In contrast of you, well prepared proposal ensure academic approval, methodological rigor, successful completion of the thesis and research project. That's why research proposal is very important for academic approval, for methodological rigor, okay, successful completion. That means research proposal guide the whole research process. Okay, it is a guide, it is a plan. Okay, again we are going to repeat it. Okay, this is very important. Research proposal is the systematic and formal plan of intent study. It is a written document that outline the what is the intent, what is intend to study, why it is important, how it will be done, how it will be conducted. Okay, is the blueprint. Okay, of the whole research. Research should be clear and roadmap. Then it helps to supervisor for evaluate feasibility and significance. Then it helps in data collection and analysis and reporting, secure the funding and approval from the institution, and ensure the research is systematic, focused, and methodologically sound. Content of research report. First one, title. Title should be clear, specific, and concise. An introduction, background of study. Number two, three number, statement of problem. Four number, objective of the study. Objective of the study. Okay. Then five number, research question and hypothesis. Six number, literature review. Okay, literature review. Okay, literature review and review of related studies. Okay, six number, research methodology. uh, Research methodology and eight, significance, or rationale of study. Nine, time frame. 10, budgeting. 11, references. And 12, appendixes. Okay, these are the content of what? Content of K research purpose. Okay, first of all, title. Title should be clear. Title. Two number, background. Three number, statement of problem. Four number, objective. Objective. Five number, research question and hypothesis. Six number, research methodology, sorry, literature review. त्यसपछि रिसर्च मेथोलोजी, त्यसपछि सिग्निफिकेन्स, त्यसपछि टाइम फ्रेम, त्यसपछि बजेट एन्ड बजेट. 11 नम्बर, रेफरेन्सेस एन्ड बिब्लियोग्राफी. Okay. Question, another question. Explain the major base or point that you will look into if you ask to evaluate a research proposal. For example, you are a supervisor. Okay. If you are supervisor, how will you evaluate the research proposal of the any students? Okay. When evaluating a research proposal, a researcher or reviewer should focus on the following major points. First of all, clarity. Clarity and relevance of title. First one, clarity and relevance of title. First of all, title should be clear. Then it should be relevance. Okay. Title should be clear, concise, and specific. Then it should reflect the main focus, variable, and scope. Okay. For example, impact of digital payment system on consumer behavior in Kathmandu Valley better than the history of digital payment. Okay. The history of digital payment, that is a vague, it is a broad, but impact of digital payment system on consumer behavior in Kathmandu, it is a clear, concise, and specific. Okay. Now another is statement of problem. Background not necessary to check. Okay. Statement of problem. Okay. Statement of problem we have to check. Okay. Evaluate. The research problem should be well defined, significant, and it's researchable. It should just why study is important. there is a statement of problem. Okay. For example, clearly identify gap in understanding. Gen Z adoption of digital payment in Nepal. Okay. Now research objective. Objective should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, time bound, that means smart. There should be logical link between problem, objective and outcomes. Okay. Problem, objective र आउटकम के हुनुपर्छ, लिङ्क हुनुपर्छ. प्रब्लम एकातिर, objective एकातिर, आउटकम एकातिर भयो भने it not will be the good research. Okay. रिसर्चको रिभ्यूहरूले यो कुरा प्रपोजलमा छ कि छैन भनेर पत्ता लगाउनु पर्यो है. नाउ लिटरेचर रिभ्यू. ओके. लिटरेचर रिभ्यू र प्रिसिडिङ स्टडिज कस्तो छ त? Proposal should provide a brief review of relevant literature. It should identify the gaps and demonstrate the research understanding for prior research. Okay. For example, citing Q thesis, journal articles, NRB report relevant to the digital payment system. Now, research questions and hypothesis. Okay, research questions and hypothesis. Research questions should be clear, focused, and align with objective. Align with objective, matching with objective, and hypothesis should be testable and relevant if study is quantitative. Okay, not necessary for qualitative. Okay. Research design and methodology. Proposal should clearly specify research type, descriptive, exploratory, casual, population and population sample size, sample method, random sample method, stratified random method, data collection instrument, questionnaire, interview and observation, and data analysis technique, SPSS, regression, correlation, thematic analysis. For example, sampling 200 you student using the stratified random sampling with a structure questionnaire. Okay. Feasibility and work plan. Okay. We have to check feasibility and work plan. The proposal should include the time schedule, resource and budget. Activity should be realistic and achievable within the given time period. Okay. Significance of study. The proposal should clearly explain academic, practical, and policy relevance. Okay. As well as demonstrate the to contribute knowledge, decision making, and problem solving. There is a significance of study. Now, clarity and quality presentation. The proposal should be well organized, coherent, and logically presented. Avoid the ambiguity, unnecessary details, or errors. Okay. Reference and bibliography. The proposal should include the proper list of source cited, follow the recognized citation style, that is the APA CPEN. Okay. A very important one is another ethical consideration, but important. Okay. Mention the confidentiality, consent, ethical treatment of the respondent if applicable. If applicable. Okay. Overall evaluation, originality of study, alignment between problem, objective, and methodology, adequacy of sample and tools, scientific rigor and practicability. Okay, this should be checked. Now, research proposal should be evaluated on its clarity, originality, relevancy, scientific rigor, feasibility, and contribution to knowledge. Okay. In context up to you, well evaluated proposal ensure the research is academically sound, methodologically robust, and practically useful. Okay. We are going to discuss another question. What do you understand by research design? What are the features of research design, and explain the step involved in survey and research design process. ओके, रिसर्च डिजाइन भनेको के हो? ओके, यसका चाहिँ गुड रिसर्च डिजाइन हुनको लागि के फिचरहरू चाहिन्छन् भनेर भनेको छ। ओके, यो इम्पोर्टेन्ट छ है। रिसर्च डिजाइन इज अ सिस्टमेटिक प्लान, framework and blueprint that guide the researcher how to collect, measure, analyze, interpret the data। है, डेटा सम्बन्धी हो। डिजाइनले डेटाको है कसरी कलेक्सन गर्ने, कसरी मेजर गर्ने, कसरी एनालाइज गर्ने र कसरी इन्टरप्रेट गर्ने भन्ने कुराको आन्सर दिन्छ है। रिसर्च क्वेसनको आन्सर दिन्छ र हाइपोथेसिसलाई टेस्ट गर्नको लागि यसलाई नै हामी के भन्छ, रिसर्च डिजाइन भनेर भन्छौँ। इट्स स्योर द्याट रिसर्च इज लजिकल, अर्गनाइज एन्ड साइन्टिफिकली भ्यालिड। है, यसले चाहिँ रिसर्चलाई के बनाउँछ, लजिकल बनाउँछ, अर्गनाइज्ड बनाउँछ र साइन्टिफिकली भ्यालिड गराउने काम गर्छ। For example, of TU, studying the impact of online learning on academic performance of BPS student, TU affiliated college require proper research design to determine the samples, tools, and analytical methods. Okay. Feature of good research design. फर्स्ट अफ अल क्लियरिटी अफ पर्पज। पर्पज चाहिँ के हुनुपर्छ, क्लियर हुनुपर्छ है। किन रिसर्च गर्ने त है, पर्पज के हुनु पर्यो, क्लियर हुनु पर्यो। क्लियरली डिफाइन द अब्जेक्टिभ एन्ड रिसर्च क्वेसन्स। ओके, एक्जाम्पल मेजरिङ इफेक्ट अफ टिचिङ मेथड अन स्टुडेन्ट पर्फर्मेन्स, देन लजिकल एन्ड सिस्टमेटिक है, फलो द स्टेप बाई स्टेप प्रोसिड्युर फ्रम प्रब्लम आइडेन्टिफिकेसन द कन्क्लुजन। स्टेप बाई स्टेप है प्रोसिड्युर अप्नाउनु पर्छ है, जम्प गर्नु हुँदैन। फिजिबिलिटी है भनेको सकिने है, एचिभ गर्न सकिने हुनु पर्यो विथिन टाइममा, कस्टमा र रिसोर्समा क्यान बी इम्प्लिमेन्टेड हुनु पर्यो। फिजिबिलिटी। फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी भनेको चेन्ज गर्न सकिने है, कहिलेकाहीँ अनएक्सपेक्टेड चेन्ज आयो भने है एडजस्ट गर्न सकिने हुनु पर्यो है। एलाउ द एडजस्टमेन्ट टु अनएक्सपेक्टेड च्यालेन्जेस ड्युरिङ द रिसर्च। ओके, अब्जेक्टिभिटी भनेको द्याट एकुरेसी हुनु पर्यो है, पर्सनल बाइसहरूलाई हटाएर है लाई मिनिमाइज गर्ने, पर्सनल बाइसहरूलाई रिसर्चको बाइसनेसलाई के गर्ने, हटाउने र साइन्टिफिक रिगरलाई है, रुलमा आधारित रिगरलाई के गर्ने, इन्हान्स गर्ने काम गर्छ। रियाबिलिटी एन्ड भ्यालिडिटी। डेटा कलेक्सन इन्स्ट्रुमेन्ट सुड बी कन्सिस्टेन्स, द्याट इज चाहिँ रिलायबल एन्ड मेजर वाट दे इन्टेन्ड, द्याट इज भ्यालिडिटी हुनु पर्यो। इकोनोमी, द्याट मिन्स इकोनोमी मिन्स युज द रिसोर्स इफिसियन्टली, नट हेबाजार्टली। ओके, एक्सपेन्डिचर, टाइम, इफोर्ट सुड बी द मिनिमम, अप्टिमम हुनु पर्यो। ओके, कम्प्रिहेन्सिभ। ओके, कम्प्रिहेन्सिभनेस मिन्स कभर द अल एस्पेक्ट अफ रिसर्च प्रब्लम विथाउट लिभिङ द है क्रिटिकल ग्याप्स। कुनै पनि है कुरालाई छोड्न भएन। यो भयो भने है यही कुरा नै के हो भन्दाखेरि गुड रिसर्च डिजाइनका फिचरहरू भए है। गुड रिसर्चका फिचर है, गुड रिसर्च डिजाइनका फिचरहरू यी भए। अब स्टेपहरू के छ त, रिसर्च डिजाइनको स्टेपहरू के गर्ने त हामीले है, स्टेप कुन स्टेपहरू अप्नाइन्छ रिसर्च डिजाइनको बेला है। सर्वे रिसर्च इज कमनली युज्ड इन म्यानेजमेन्ट, ओके, economics and social sciences to collect the primary data from the population or sample. First of all, step one, रिसर्च प्रब्लमलाई डिफाइन गर्ने है। रिसर्च प्रब्लमलाई के गर्ने, डिफाइन गर्ने। पर्पोज, स्कोप, अब्जेक्टिभ यिनीहरूलाई के गर्ने, डिफाइन गर्ने। फर इक्जाम्पल, टु स्टडी द सेटिस्फ्याक्सन लेभल अफ स्टुडेन्ट अफ TU विथ अनलाइन लर्निङ प्लेटफर्म। नम्बर 2, डिफाइन द टार्गेट पपुलेसन। टार्गेट पपुलेसनलाई के गर्नु पर्यो, डिफाइन गर्नु पर्यो। आइडेन्टिफाई हु एन्ड वाट विल बी स्टडिज। एक्जाम्पल, अल BBA स्टुडेन्ट इनरोल इन त्रिभुवन युनिभर्सिटी एफिलिएटेड कलेज। नम्बर 3, स्याम्पलिङ डिजाइन। स्याम्पलिङ डिजाइन गर्ने। ओके, स्याम्पल कस्तो लिने, डिसाइड द स्याम्पल साइज, स्याम्पलिङ मेथड है, कतिको साइज लाग्ने र कुन मेथड अप्नाउने। एक्जाम्पल, स्टार्ट बाई ऱ्यान्डम स्याम्पलिङ अप टु 100 स्टुडेन्ट फ्रम द डिफ्रेन्ट कलेज। त्यसपछि स्याम्पलिङ पछि डेटा कलेक्सन मेथड, कुन डेटा कसरी डेटा कलेक्सन गर्ने है, सर्वेबाट, अब्जर्भेसनबाट, इन्टरभ्यूबाट, ओके। चुज द सर्वे टुल सच एज क्वेसनेयर है, क्वेसनायर, इन्टरभ्यू एन्ड अनलाइन फर्म्स, ओके। नाउ स्टेप 5 क्वेसनायर एन्ड स्टक इन्स्ट्रुमेन्ट डिजाइन है। कसरी अब डेटा कलेक्सन मेथड डिजाइन गरिसकेपछि अब क्वेसनायर र इन्स्ट्रुमेन्ट डिजाइन गर्नु पर्यो। प्रिपेयर द स्ट्रक्चर, रिलायबल, भ्यालिड क्वेसनायर, ओके, अलाइन विथ द रिसर्च अब्जेक्टिभ। देन त्यसपछि डेटा कलेक्सन गर्ने, डेटा कलेक्सन गरिहाल्नु पर्यो है। एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर सर्वे एन्ड इन्स्योर द एक्युरेसी, कम्प्लिटनेसनेस एन्ड अनेस्टी इन दिस रेस्पोन्सेन्स है, ओके। स्टेप 7 त्यसपछि स्टेप 7मा चाहिँ डेटा प्रोसेसिङ एन्ड एनालाइज, डेटालाई चाहिँ कोडिफाई गर्ने, क्लासिफाई गर्ने, टेबुलेट गर्ने, एनालाइज गर्ने, त्यसपछि चाहिँ त्यसलाई चाहिँ एनालाइज गर्ने, ओके। डिस्क्रिप्टिभ अर इन्फ्लुएन्सियल स्ट्याटिस्टिक्स प्रयोग गरेर के गर्ने, मिन, मेडियन, मोड, स्ट्यान्डर्ड डेभिएसन, कोरिलेसन अरू प्रयोग गरेर के गर्ने, एनालाइसिस गर्ने। एनालाइसिस गरेर इन्टरप्रिटेसन गर्ने, त्यसपछि है रिजल्टलाई इन्टरप्रेट गर्ने है। इन्टरप्रेट भनेको कन्क्लुजन के गर्ने, ड्र आउट गर्ने, अब्जेक्टिभ रिसर्च क्वेसनसँग है मेल भयो कि भएन, लाइट मेल खायो कि खाएन, त्यो अनुसार रिजल्ट आयो कि आएन भनेर के गर्ने, कन्क्लुजन ड्र आउट गर्ने। स्टेप 8 स्टेप 9 रिपोर्टिङ, प्रेजेन्ट द फाइन्डिङ इन सिस्टमेटिक रिपोर्ट विथ टेबल, चार्ट, डिस्कसन एन्ड रिकमेन्डेसन, ओके। त्यो रिपोर्टिङ गर्ने, देन त्यसपछि के गर्ने, कन्क्लुजन गर्ने, ओके। कन्क्लुजनमा चाहिँ यो है, रिसर्च डिजाइन सुड बी द सिस्टमेटिक है, अब्जेक्टिभ एन्ड साइन्टिफिकली क्रेडिबल, ओके। सर्वे रिसर्च डिजाइन इज मोस्टली युज, ओके। साथीहरू अब हामीले आज 4वटा क्वेसनहरूको छलफल गरेका छौँ। अब अहिलेलाई यो भिडियो चाहिँ अलि है लामो हुने भएको कारणले गर्दा फेरि पनि अर्को भिडियो र अर्को क्लासमा जोइन गरौँला है। आजलाई योलाई चाहिँ यति राखौँ। योभन्दा बढी गऱ्यो भने फेरि लेन्दी हुन्छ है। फेरि अरू बाँकी क्वेसन्सहरूलाई फेरि जोड्ने प्रयास गरौँला है। फेरि जोडौँला भन्दै अहिलेलाई यति गरौँ है। शान्त भएर धैर्य भएर हेरिदिनु भयो त्यसलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद। र सँगसँगै यस्तै यस्तै भिडियोहरू हेर्नको लागि यो च्यानललाई लाइक, सब्सक्राइब र सेयर गरिदिनको लागि म विनम्र अनुरोध गर्न चाहन्छु साथीहरू। ओके, थ्याङ्क यू भेरी मच है।